Okay, my name is David. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to express myself with you, to speak with you. This is my first solo video, and what I'm attempting to do, actually, what I'm doing is I am testing what they say. And who they are is when you're scrolling on social media, when you're watching videos, when you pick up a magazine, when you pick up a newspaper, that they say often the first step is the most important step, right? Even if it's not clear or defined and refined as of yet. So I want to put that theory to the test by sharing vulnerability and doing it right on camera, right with you. Hopefully, along this journey, we can witness growth and I can entertain you and you can relate to me as I relate to you. And I can look back and hopefully feel embarrassed about this video, laugh about it, and yeah, all that good stuff. Let me tell you about the morning, or shall I share with you about the morning that I had? I woke up this morning having I would guess, a high sense of gratitude this morning, which is profound because not all mornings are like that, right? And the thought that entered my mind and my body at that particular time was, wow, when we wake up, we pretty much have all the gifts at our disposal, right? All the basic gifts at our disposal, waiting to be exercised at any given moment in any direction that we want to exercise them in. And what I mean by that is good health, the ability to hear, the ability to see, the ability to walk, the ability to get up, the ability to sit down. And those, I believe, you can't purchase with any amount of money. And you would exchange with any amount of money, right? So just starting off the day like that, I feel like it's very important because if you're anything like me, I feel like our minds, especially in the morning, goes into a whole bunch of different directions. And what I mean by that is we have life to take care of. We have life to handle. We have things that we need to, or shall I say, that requires our energy and our attention. And often those type of things can lead us into a tunnel to where I'm not really setting up my day on a vibration that I particularly want to have an outcome of a day that shines, if that makes sense. What's interesting about this whole waking up process was I'm at this wonderful place by the name of Bali. Beautiful place. Some will even call it paradise, right? But yesterday was a very important celebration and day that they have. It's the day before the New Year's. It's called Nipsey. And what happens during Nipsey is you cleanse out negative energy, evil spirits, things of that sort. And the rules for Nipsey is this. So you cleanse out bad energy and negative energy. But also the next day, what happens is the whole island goes silent. You don't go outside, no electricity. I pre-charged my phone, by the way. No fire for cooking. I guess it's a wonderful day for reflection, and it gives Bali a chance to just rest. Its infrastructure, its people, everything, its atmosphere, its energetic state. Now, what's interesting is my wife mentioned that it's like a prison because you have to stay inside, which led me to another thought. I said to my wife, I said, it's interesting when somebody puts you in prison, when man puts you in prison, right? They put the shackles on you and they put you behind four small walls, and that makes sense as far as the whole process happening. But what's even more interesting is when we take shackles and put them ourselves unawarely, right? And it's by a lot of the things that we think that we want in life that's not really thought out. For example, going to school, dropping out of school, getting married, not getting married. We start to create these invisible walls where we can't exercise freedom in the way that we want to. So I find it very interesting that we pick up that habit of encasing ourselves and one day wake up and go, man, I can't even, walk down the street when I want to because I'm committed to something that I encased myself in, imprisoned myself in, and now I want to break free. What's really interesting about it too is like, we know we live in a world where there are rules, and we live in a world where there are perceived restrictions. And I guess we have to answer the question of, within those confines of playing this game, that to some extent or another, unless you're enlightened, you're already there, we are in a certain type of prison, right? But until we find complete liberation, how much of their game are we willing to play? And how much of our life and our essence are we willing to sacrifice for things that weren't even our ideas and that we may not want, that we're bound to? It leads me to something that the great late Tupac Shakur said. And he said something to the effect of, he knows he's being pimped, right? When you think of what pimping is, right? It's somebody going out there and making money for somebody else. But just to have some clarity on the situation, everybody's getting pimped to some degree or another, whether the person works at Walmart, In-N-Out, the CEO of Boeing, that until we get to that place that we want to be, that is part of the game. But the goal is to become self-sufficient so you can play life more so on your terms versus their terms. Because no matter how you dice it and slice it, we're playing their game. To wrap everything back around, what I'm doing right now with you is practicing my freedom to go ahead and take that first step and explore that whole world, not knowing exactly where it may go, but to hopefully display some evolution and growth within this journey, and to be vulnerable enough to do it with you. And hopefully you can be entertained by it, and hopefully you can relate to it, and let's see what happens. Once again, this is David. Thank you for watching. More to come.